Hi lovely, so this video is, did we get approved or rejected for the speech device? So if you follow my Instagram, you already know the answer. But let's start off with getting the insurance to pay for the speech device has not been an easy mission. So we went to Boston Children's Hospital. They recommended the specific device, which was the Novachat 10 that Ava got. So the point is insurance won't pay for it unless you prove that you're using it. But it's deeper than that. So Ava has a speech therapist at her autism center. She has a speech therapist that I bring her to on Saturdays. And she has a speech therapist that now follows us at Boston Children's that we see every 6 to 8 months. The speech therapist at Boston Children's is the one who recommended the device. Well, let me start. Her pediatrician recommended the device first, the referral. Then Boston Children's gave us the referral to what speech device. Then we got the speech device, and this thing is expensive. But to be honest, it's a Sony tablet with an app on it and an amplifier on the back to make it louder, ultimately. So essentially you're paying for the software. So when we got the speech device, Ava had the specific speech therapist at the autism center that said she would do all the paperwork to get Ava her speech device. Well, what happened was she quit and moved on to newer ventures, which happens a lot in the autism spectrum community. These therapists, they do not stay long sometimes, and there's a lot of turnover and rotation, and you'll understand because they're essentially young. A lot of people that service autism is young, and they're going to their next thing, whether that be school or they got a certification and they're going to the next level to make more money or whatever. I can't blame them on that. So she left. So that left the supervisor, because we still haven't necessarily got a speech therapist just for Ava's school. So that led to the supervisor, and the supervisor took it over. Now granted, they all said this is the first time we're doing this. They're young, they're new. The speech therapist at Boston Children's is like, because it's Boston Children's Waltham, it's in Waltham, Mass. And she's like, well, I'll do it. You just have to come back here. And where that is, it was just not convenient. And I was like, well, if the autism center would do it, like the paperwork, then I'll go that route. So I had to fill out my sheets for what she was doing at home, what she was doing in the community. And Ava has gotten very proficient with the speech device. Just, I wouldn't say she's like talking to me or whatever, but she's picking the right pictures for what she wants, which is amazing. She's only had it since November. Now they're teaching her sentences. She can pick farm animals. She can pick sea animals. She can pick body parts. Like, there's so much she's learning, which hopefully will get her past a lot of these delays she has quicker than later. We're going to see the developmental pediatrician on Monday, and I can't wait to report what she says. I am so excited to hear what she has to say. I'm a little nervous, but excited. So we went through the process, and then the insurance company wanted more information. I'm like, oh shit, are they going to approve this or what? So I enlisted the speech therapist. It just happened to coincide when we had another appointment at Boston Children's Waltham in the augmentation department to see that speech therapist. So while I was there, I was like, look, can you write a letter? You know, because Boston Children's is considered the best in the country. A letter coming for you might expedite this. And she wrote a letter on our behalf to push through the speech device. And I, had to adjust my paperwork for what she was doing at home. And then I also had the speech therapist on Saturday send in what her findings or whatever. All this to say, I called the speech therapist a couple days ago at her school, and I'm like, look, did we get approved? She's like, no news is good news. They haven't said anything. All to say, I come home and get a letter. We're approved for the speech device. Yay, yay, yay. And I am so excited. So our rental is now ours, and we are going to try to work towards Ava getting words. So all this to say that we've kind of put her trying to talk or make sounds on hold while we were trying to do everything we could with trials and getting her to learn a speech device for the speech device to be approved. Now we're going back to, yes, she will use the speech device for 90% of her communication, but when she's dealing with speech therapists and stuff, we want to work on her making sounds purposefully and stuff like that. So where we're at now is clearly she has a lot more understanding than we knew, but she has still, she'll be 5 next week, has not said a legitimate word, not one. And the running thing is that she has speech apraxia, which I had to go back and forth with the doctor. Cannot be, there's no test for a child for speech apraxia, nonverbal autism, when they have no words. Now, if they had words, if she had like 50 or so words, then they could check to see if she has speech apraxia, even though they assume that she has speech apraxia. I know it's confusing because it confused the hell out of me. So our next step is to get her to be even more proficient with the speech device, say sentences. Today at speech therapy, when she was in there, she asked to use the bathroom on her speech device. I took her to the bathroom and she used it. So she is understanding the level of what the speech device can do for her, to convey her wants and needs. Then I had a person on Instagram, was it Instagram? No, YouTube, say, you know, they didn't want Eva to ever see the video that I made prior about wanting her to talk, because my expectation for her to talk, she might feel some kind of way if she doesn't end up talking. So all that to say, I want my child to talk for selfish reasons. Let's talk about that. I want to know what she likes, what she wants, we can play, and, you know, just selfish reasons. I do want her to talk. I will admit that. But the real underlying issue why I want my child to talk is safety. These kids are the first line of kids that can be abused and nobody do anything about it because they can't convey they're being abused. When she's sick, we have to guess what's wrong with her. She can't say, "Mommy, my stomach hurts, my head hurts," or whatever. We have to guess. We're at urgent care all the freaking time because I have no idea if she has an ear infection, a sore throat, or whatever, because she can't tell me. This is very hard on a parent. It is hard. She cannot say, "I don't want oatmeal today. I'd rather have X or Y, or can I try that," or whatever. People don't understand when you're in the community. Well, I think this person understands, because she was saying that, you know, we kind of had an exchange, and I'm hoping I wasn't disrespectful, because I'm not trying to be. And she wrote back, well, she saw a child, she's in the community, and she saw a child talk that didn't talk before at 7. And I was like, oh my God, that's beautiful. I love success stories. I love hearing about success stories and all that, because I do want my child to talk. And, you know, and it's not because I think any less of her because she doesn't talk. It's just I want to know what's in her brain and what's going on and understand her needs and wants. Like, if some character is her favorite, to buy her all the characters she wants, or if she doesn't want to be in a certain place, like let's say a place makes her uncomfortable, it's easier for her to say, "Mom, this makes me uncomfortable," opposed to fall on the floor and scream and cry and kick, because that's her only form of communication. And I have a speech device that doesn't say, "Mommy, I'm uncomfortable here because it's too loud," or "Mommy, I'm uncomfortable." Like, those presently are not on the speech device. I don't really know how situational the speech device will get up to. I'm hoping it'll get up to a more situational situation, so that she can maneuver each situation. But it would be easier if she said, "I don't like this, I don't want to watch this, this makes me scared, this makes me happy." Like, even for her birthday, like, I have to guess what I'm gonna get her, because she can't tell me. She can't tell me if her shoes are too tight. She can't tell me, like, I was you know, I do a once over on her every day, and she had like a hangnail. But she can't tell me I have a hangnail. I have to examine her and figure out she has a hangnail. So, you know, I took care of that. But to me, it won't, beyond my selfishness of wanting my child to talk and hear the word mama, there are safety reasons and a lot of reasons why I want my child to talk. And I'll just leave it at that. And if that's not your opinion, that's okay. We do not have to share the same brain. We do not have to agree. But that's where I'm coming from at it. And I'm going to do everything possible to try and get my child to talk. If she doesn't end up talking, I will deal with that when I have to deal with that. But I'm not dealing with that right now. Right now, I'm keeping hope alive. Like the Jesse and the Rainbow Coalition, keeping hope alive. Okay? I'm keeping hope alive. And that's it. Like, comment, subscribe. Holla back.